What is going on, everybody? My name is Conrax and welcome to the channel. Today we are discussing skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War yet again because of some recent findings by some popular YouTubers in this community. Now, if you like this video at any portion, please consider leaving a like. Also, if you're into Call of Duty and you're into these types of videos where we talk about the game and some of the mechanics behind it, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Also, turn on the notifications to be notified whenever a new video goes live from me. Also, please leave me a comment down below and tell me what your experience or your thoughts are right now with SBMM in Cold War. A lot of people have mixed opinions about the game and how SBMM is implemented. A lot of people like the idea of SBMM. A lot of people don't like it at all. And a lot of people are kind of on the fence in the middle. So let me know where you stand with that. So in my last video, we exposed Activision for using some really dirty practices when it comes to Cold War's multiplayer and how it matchmakes you against players of different skill levels. Things included in this pattern were things such as lowering the higher skilled players' health and making their hitbox even larger for lower skilled players to hit. And that video was the highest performing video on my channel, and a lot of you guys was really surprised about some of the things that are going on behind the scenes in that game, and so was I. And in that video, I briefly mentioned how the networking in this game wasn't very good and how it was made bad intentionally by Activision so that lower skilled players would have an edge on higher skilled players when they try to dive into cover and stuff like that. It's no secret this year that a lot of people have felt that Call of Duty just doesn't feel right for experienced players and veterans who play this game for hours and hours and have put thousands of hours in through the entire franchise. Identifying a Call of Duty game that feels wrong is pretty easy, and Black Ops Cold War does not feel right at all. And it turns out that there is a very good reason for this. So this video goes off the back of Exclusive Aces, J-God's, Drifters and Sour's work when it came to them identifying that skill-based matchmaking in this game manipulates your ping, believe it or not, in real time. So through all of the data that they collected, they found that the higher skilled players had a significantly worse ping than the lower skilled players in this game. Now, bearing in mind the way that skill-based matchmaking works, it does match up lower skilled players and higher skilled players together. The system is there to try and level out the playing field between the two skill brackets, but some of the ways that it does so just aren't acceptable. So these YouTubers collected a whole bunch of data when it comes to skill-based matchmaking and how it affects the networking in this game. And to many people's surprise, it turns out that all of this isn't by chance. Every time that you get matched up in a game with players of varying skill levels, this system is actively monitoring and manipulating your ping. Now, I assume most of you hardcore players will understand what ping is, but for the people that are watching this video and don't quite know what it means, it's basically the time that it takes for information to be received and sent to the server of the game. This includes things like player positions, bullets, health, absolutely anything that needs to be sent to the game server. Now, generally in online gaming, a lower ping is always better and will always give you an advantage over a player who has higher ping. I would say the average ping for people nowadays would be anywhere between the 20 to 40 millisecond mark. Now, a bad ping in game can cause issues with hit detection, it can cause rubber banding, and it also, like we mentioned, will affect the update time. This means that enemies could be able to see you first, or you might be able to see them first based on the ping. And it also means that some bullets may not even register at all, or will just take too long to register before the other player has already seen you and finished you off. So the higher your skill level, the worse your ping is going to be, because the game is actively making it worse to compensate for the lower skilled players. And I'll be honest, all of this isn't really that surprising based on the pattern that we've seen in the previous video. And a lot of people in this community have been saying that the pattern was for PvE only. However, if you look up the definition for target, which is the word used to identify players and objects in this pattern, the definition for target stands as a person, object or place selected as the aim of attack. And really only Activision know what is going on and where this system is implemented. However, based on that description alone, and based on how scummy of a company Activision seem to be when it comes to their really aggressive practices for trying to make money and monetization, I would bet that this system is 100% implemented in multiplayer. And I said in my last video about how if manipulating real-time properties of a player such as accuracy, damage, health and whatnot is actually a thing, then the playing field is no longer even. Well, this issue with ping and ping being manipulated just causes the playing field to be even more uneven, which is why Call of Duty just seems to be going downhill so much. This whole system is just the biggest middle finger to all of the people who invested in this franchise for years. Players like you and me who love this game, love the franchise, and have been with it since the early days, since COD 4, since Modern Warfare 2. We have all seen every iteration of Call of Duty. Whether we liked it or not, we still supported the franchise because some of us, including myself, grew up with it. I grew up with COD. And it really annoys me because it just seems like all of the people that really are invested in this game and put the most time into it are the people that are just being shunned, and Activision does not give a damn about people like you and me, which is a shame because back in the day, when you played Call of Duty, if you wanted to get good at it and you grinded the game so hard that you got so much better at it, your skills actually meant something. You were able to go into lobbies, you were able to win games, get kill streaks, get nukes. But now, every time you get killed in COD, you know that there's some dodgy system behind the scenes that either granted the player that kill on you just because he wasn't as good as you in terms of statistics, or your ping was being manipulated. Now, I'm not going to say that this happens every time because clearly that won't be the case. But the fact that this happens in a first-person shooter at all completely blows my mind. Now, as well as your ping being manipulated in real time, the SBMM system means that you're going to have significantly higher ping anyway due to its nature of design. Having a high KD in this game puts you in a lower percentage in this game when it comes to your skill level, meaning that to match you with players of similar skill level, the system automatically has a very small pool of people to choose from. Now, all of these people can be all over the world, meaning that automatically your connection or your latency or ping between all of these people is going to be extremely varied and ultimately higher, which in turn will result in a worse experience. Now, I also want to make it really clear in this video as well that I don't entirely blame Treyarch. In fact, I do not blame Treyarch at all when it comes to this system. We all know Treyarch by now, and we know that they make great Call of Duty games. They do want to make the best game they can possibly make. However, Big Daddy Activision doesn't allow you to do that because when they're paying the bills, Activision get the say on what goes on. And of course, they see Call of Duty as nothing but a personal money printer and they treat it as such, which really is a shame. I hope that one day we can see COD return to the great series that it once was, because here's the deal. If they made a great game from the start, they wouldn't need to implement all this skill-based matchmaking stuff for players to want to play the game and spend their money. COD doesn't need skill-based matchmaking or any of these systems. In fact, I think instead of focusing on how they can get players to play the game more and spend more money, they should just focus on making the best game possible. That way, players will automatically want to stay and put more money into the game. But that about does it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it or you learned something new, please consider hitting that like button. Also, leave a comment down below telling me what you think of the skill-based matchmaking system now. If you aren't already, hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on notifications to be notified whenever a new video goes live. So again, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Conrax, and I'll catch you in the next one.